Welcome to Near Falls with D. Hall. He's talking on bars and how they win it all. Yeah, it's just Near Falls with D. Hall. The final takedown, the glory or the fall. So loosen up, step on in, wrestle with the need to win. We're talking Near Falls with D. Hall. Ready or not, he's here to brawl.
What's going on, wrestling fans? Welcome into another edition of Near Falls with D Hall, a wrestling podcast. Today, so excited. This is the best time of year. My favorite project of the year, the 24-25 WPIAL Coaches Preview. So excited to bring this to you guys. I have a bunch of different coaches coming on from across the WPIAL. They're going to come on, talk about their schedule, expectations, up-and-comers, their leaders, their seniors, all that type of stuff. You guys know the drill. This is year 3 or 4 of me doing it. So pumped up to bring it to you guys. I really hope you enjoy it, and just hope you enjoy listening to these guys talk like I did. It was always a blast for me, and this year was no different. So without further ado, welcome in to the WPIAL Coaches Preview.
Welcome to the Near Falls WPIAL Show, where D.R. and Kaz are gonna tell you all the things you wanna know. Whether it's Trinity or Spencer Lee or Mr. Kurt Angle, just ask Vinny, WPIAL, yeah, Ken and Mac for sure. They got the interviews to soothe your soul, because it's Near Falls in the WPIAL.
Okay, joining me now on the call, we have newly minted head coach of Southmoreland Area School District, Mr. Terry Kwasniok. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing really good indeed. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with me. Pumped up to have you on. First time you're on the program. I've had Mr. Boring on a bunch, but man, just talk about taking over that big Southmoreland S there, my friend.
I'm very excited for this season. We we had a big turnout this season. I think have around 30 kids this year on varsity, right around almost close to 20 middle school, and then we have around 11 on our girls team.
That's awesome, man. Talk to me about your alumni. Who's wrestling in college? Who's not even wrestling in college? Who's doing big things post high school?
I have Tristan Ice right now. He's wrestling in college. He actually had to do a medical red shirt this season, concussion, stuff like that. But he's actually helping us out as a volunteer assistant.
Nice.
Here. So he's been doing really good for me. He's good with the kids in the room, in the weight room. So I'm very excited for him. Andrew Johnson, he's helping Coach Boring out there at Dairy. So he's doing some good things out there. I mean, most of our alumni is all involved in something. They still got their hands in the program. They're all involved. Very tight family here. So we try to keep all those guys in the room.
That's a good thing, man. It's a great skill. Talk to me about the off-season program. What's it been like for you guys? Have you been in the room a bunch, or you got guys going to club? What's that look like for you?
So we have Coach Boring runs the DBRTC.
The DBRTC,
oh, yeah.
Man. I love his updates on Facebook. I love that stuff.
Yeah, he's doing big things out there for us and some other programs. So we got guys going there. We got guys going to different clubs. We always have guys in the room in the off season. We try to do some lifting, conditioning, especially with the rule changes with the 3 points and stuff like that. We want to make sure their endurance is up, things like that. But those kids pretty much go year round. If not, they're all in other sports. So we do pretty good about keeping them busy.
Love that. Okay, talk to me about who some of those leaders. Who are these? Some of these guys that you're going to be leaning on as you take this program over.
So definitely my seniors. I'll be leaning on them a lot. Landon Delera, he's one of my solid guys. He's always a leader in the room or in the weight room. Whatever I ask, he'll do it. He'll push guys. Caden Shannon, that kid works all day long. He goes basically 24 hours a day doing something. Ethan Kenny, great leader. helps out in the room. Jake Govern, another good leader, Sean Hollis. And then I got a freshman, Parker Thompson.
So talk to me about is my next question was freshman or newcomers to the lineup. Is he one of those guys that we can maybe see at the end of the season? Push for a state run or a deep WPIAL run, regional. What's it look like?
I honestly think Parker could make some noise this year. He's a lightweight. He's stepping up as a freshman. Works good in the room. He's a hard worker. Great worker in the weight room. He could definitely make some noise and be there at the end of the season.
I've seen that, or I've noticed in this conversation, you've talked about the weight room a bunch. Is that a point of emphasis for your program?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a big point this year. Get the guys in the weight room, get their conditioning up, endurance up, muscle endurance, things like that. We even, every week we switch up the reps, interchange different workouts. So if we start the beginning of the week doing chest, the next week we'll start doing legs. The following week we'll do back. Never let anybody get any complacency really in their muscles. Constantly trying to change up the routine, keep their body guessing.
I love that. Okay, talk to me about your schedule. Obviously, you guys host one of the best Christmas tournaments in the WPIAL, the Southmoreland Classic. It's been going on for years and years, and Westmoreland comes over and does the finals for you guys. I mean, it's like literally one of my favorite tournaments on the WPIAL slate. So talk to me about your schedule. I know you guys have that, but other than that, what's it look like for you? Have you got a chance to get your hands on it, change it? What's it look like?
So our first match is going to be against Albert Gallatin. That's away. That's at their school. They're always a tough squad. Good numbers there. We have York. That's our JO recognition night. That's actually my alumni, so that's always a fun night for me. Elizabeth Ford, South Park, South Allegheny, and then I think we're finishing up with Mount Pleasant. And then we have Babbitt Duels, Nurses Pro, Harbor Day Classic, the county tournament, and then I think sections and individual stuff. So we have a pretty good schedule, pretty solid schedule. I think we're looking for another match or another tournament to get into. I think we're looking at that South Park tournament. So we had some points left over because of counties in Burgettstown being the same weekend. So we had to kind of compensate for those points. But
I got you.
Solid schedule.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Talk to me about room games. What are you guys getting over there? Dodgeball, kickball? What's the game of choice for the Scotties?
So we do a little spike ball. Nice. That's always fun. That's kind of like a pre-match thing. Get warmed up. We do dodgeball. But I think our big game is going to be handball. Everybody seems to like handball. We did it today. We had 4 teams of 5. So it was a lot of competition, a lot of battling. Guys getting after it. We had a girls squad. They had a group of 7.
Well, here's the question. You getting in there with them boys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Hands on in weight room and in the room.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
So when you play handball, you no holds barred, you firing that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Yep. We don't hold back there. What happens in the room stays in the room.
I love that. That's awesome stuff. Okay. Talk to me about social medias. How can we follow your squad this year?
We have a Facebook page, Southmoreland Wrestling. That's basically our main thing there. Coach Boring, I think, will update the Twitter page. He usually will handle that stuff, but I'll send stuff into the paper. But if you follow our Southmoreland Wrestling Facebook page, that's probably the best way to get in touch.
All right, last question I have before I leave you go. Give me your goals and expectations you have for this squad.
We pretty much got our entire squad back from last year, and we have big numbers. We got 2 or 3 guys in almost every weight class this year, so I have very high expectations. With our section change, I expect the section title, nothing less. I would definitely like to get a couple playoff wins, team wins, build off of what we've done on previous seasons with Coach Boring, build off of his foundation. what we started as a group there. But yeah, I expect to win. I expect to win in our individual tournaments, sections, counties. I expect guys to be there going to state runs.
Yeah.
Even our girls squad, I expect a lot of our girls to make some noise this year. We added 2 female coaches.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about your girls squad, man. Who's coaching them, and how many girls you got? What's that all look like?
So we have right around 11 girls, which is a sizable team. Most of them are in the middle, they're higher weights, but we did add a female coach this year to be more hands-on. So they're more, learning more technique from a female. They're able to feel the technique, the pressure, how to do the moves, where to put hands. It's hard to do that as a male coach.
Yep.
And, you understand.
Yep, 100%.
So they're a tough squad, and they were getting after it today for sure. And their coach, she has a lot of experience. She helps out with the Mount Pleasant JOs. She's been doing it since she was young. And then the other assistant is Michaela Slack. That's one of our alumni. She can't do it all right now. She has her own thing going on with school and her job. But every time she's available, she's going to be here to help. So it should be a good season for them too.
That's awesome, man. I love to hear that, the girls programs are getting up and getting rolling and starting to really get, moving. Was it our second year as a official sport, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Awesome stuff. All right, Coach, anything or anyone else you want to shout out before I leave you go?
I just want to thank Southmoreland School District and the administrative department, the faculty, the parents, all the people that helped me get here and where I am and get to this position. The kids, they're great. We're a tight family. And Coach Boring, I definitely got to give him a shout out. He's been great with me. He's been helping me with the transition from assistant to head with the track wrestling and the computer work, the ins and outs. Our trainer's been great. Everybody's been super helpful. Mr. Pritz, all those people. And then definitely want to shout out my wife and my kids for putting up with me in this long season, and their support. That's always important. So got to thank them.
Absolutely, man. Biggest shout out to them. I mean, it turns into kind of Groundhog Day this time of year. It's just, over and over and over and over and over again, for sure. But they are the real troopers in this battle, for sure. I love that. Okay, Coach, thank you so much for coming on, hanging out with me. Can't wait to see you. I believe I'm going to, I am. It's on my schedule. The Southmoreland Classic this year. So I will see you there and, the finals and everything. So super pumped up for that. And, good luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate having me on.
My man, appreciate you.
Yep. Take care.